All right, guys, welcome again to episode 8 of the Joe Nick Fight Podcast. We have a very special guest, very excited to have him on, Rashiem Jefferson Jr., featherweight at 126, 3-0. I got a feel he's going to get that KO on the 6, man.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Rashiem, thanks for coming on.
Yeah. So the first question I got for you, could you tell us what part of Philly are you from?
I'm from North Philadelphia.
North. All right, cool. Yeah, I actually went to Temple, so I know all about North.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about like 10 minutes away from my house.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. What age did you start boxing at? Because obviously you made your pro debut at the age of 18 before your 19th birthday. But, like, did you start boxing at the age of, like, 2? Or, like, when you first started walking? Like, how'd you wind up boxing?
I jumped out the car seat boxing. Yeah, but I didn't have my first amateur fight till I was 10.
Oh, wow. Okay. Cool.
Even 10, that's crazy.
I know. Isn't that crazy? I'm telling you,
I
have
nieces and nephews that are 10 years old, and they're addicted to iPads, not fighting.
That's funny. So I'm ready to whale Nick on my next 2 questions I got for you. So talk about your amateur background, your record, and some of the achievements that you had in amateurs.
My amateur background, I had about 115 fights. Lost maybe 10 to 15, no more than 15. I was ranked number 1 in the country for 3 years straight at 114 and then at 123. I'm a 4-time national champion. I qualified for the Olympic trials at the age of 18, and you wouldn't be able to qualify till you're 19 at least. I made it to the finals at the Olympic trials. I traveled a couple times. I fought against Ireland. I fought in Spain. Fought a guy from France. I went to the Olympic Training Center. You know, I competed with them guys. I competed at about maybe three elite tournaments, if I'm not mistaken. 2 or 3, one of those. And the amateurs are real fun, though, because you get to travel a lot. You get to meet a lot of different people. So I like the amateurs. It was just the politics.
Of course. And then I usually like to ask this question. So when I first started my podcast, I got a lot of cool answers. So, like, when did you know you were ready to go pro? So Stephen Fulton Jr. told me once they got rid of the headgear, he said that it was time to go pro. I've had other people say that their coaches said, like, at least 50 fights, or they were clashing with their dad. Like Dylan Price wanted to go pro, but then David wanted him to do one more tournament before they were ready. But when did you know, or was it like a discussion with your dad, Coach Rell?
Man, I was ready. I wanted to go pro since I was about 16, and I heard that you could go pro at 17. Because I was so fed up with the politics. I always make it to the finals and get robbed. I always, so I was tired of that and losing fights that I knew I should have won. It was making me really not like boxing a little bit. So I was ready to just get out of here and turn pro. But my dad, I'm glad he did and not rush me like any other guys. And turned me pro so early. He kept me amateur, and he kept telling me, I'll turn you pro after this tournament, I'll turn you, but he'd make me keep going to the tournaments. And when I turned 18, I fought elite, and I was running through the elite division. And he wanted me to really wanted me to make the Olympics. So he made me stay. Because, that's something he never got to do. He made it to the trials, but he never got to make it to the Olympics, so that would have been crazy. So he wanted me to do that, but once we didn't get our decision out there, he knew it was over. He knew I wasn't going to wait till 2024 for what. He didn't even want me to wait till 2024 because these guys turning pro at 17, so I would have waited an extra 4 years to go to the Olympics, then waited another extra 4 years to get a world title. When by the time these guys ready to get their world titles, I'll be already a world champion. And once my dad gave me the go, that's when I knew it was time. And I was ready.
Yeah, no, I felt like it was for the best because you looked incredible. I mean, obviously, unfortunately, I wasn't able to go to your pro debut at the 2300 Arena. But when I was
Yeah.
watching on Top Rank with them, like shoulder roll punches, man, woo, it's unreal. Like it was.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited to see you on the 6th finally and see you in person
Yeah.
and all. So yeah, it's gonna be cool.
I'll be there too.
Yeah, Nick.
My man.
So coming,
I'm
yeah.
gonna look way better though. I'm gonna look way better.
That's
I've been
awesome.
That's the only thing we basically work on though. We just work on getting better than the last time and getting and upping our game on all levels. You feel me?
Yeah, that's cool. So my next question I got for you. So to really well Nick. So I know some of your sparring partners that you've had in the past and all, whether you got them ready for fights. So why don't you start name dropping for Nick some of the guys that you got ready for fights or guys that helped you with your camp.
Oh, Shakur Stevenson, of course. Raymond Ford, of course. Jerian Ennis, of course. That's my big brother.
Yes.
Paul Crew. I've been in there with top amateurs. Malik Warren. I've been in there with Malik Hawkins. Jaleel Haggett. I've been in there with a bunch of. I've been in there with the best in the world. So it's a lot of names, and if I missed any, I mean, don't really take it too personal. You know, I really can't name everybody off the top.
Right. I got you. Cool. Just to give him a sample. So obviously you came off like over 110 fights. But I like to ask this to show that boxers are human. So of course fighting in South Philly, you know, you had a lot of friends and family come out and see you and show love and support. But what were your nerves like in the back before you handled your business against Nathan Benicho when you won all 4 rounds? Like, were you a nervous wreck or was it everyday business and you were just ready to go out there?
I could say my dad was nervous, but me, like I said before, I jumped out of the car seat and just was boxing. I've been around boxing before I can even open my eyes and see what was going on. So it really wasn't nothing to me. You know, I've been to all my dad fights. So, and sorry.
And it's all good.
Yeah, somebody just called me. I just put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah.
But I've been you know, I've been around boxing, all the big fights, Derrick Ennis, Poole Ennis. I've been around, I've seen it, I seen what it could do. So I just really was ready to get out there. And when I was in the back, I was still listening to music. I was laughing and joking with my family and friends that was back there. So I wasn't really too worried about it. But when I started walking out, and everybody said, "Oh, yeah." Seeing all the cameras, I said, "Oh, yeah, I got to knock this kid out. I got to." But that was one of the biggest mistakes I made, though, because I was just so busy on focused on the knockout and trying to knock him out. Whereas, though, if I would have just stayed focused and went in there just to do what I had to do, maybe I would have got him. But I was too busy trying to force it because I had a million people in there. Yeah. But like I said, I get better as it goes. So now I know. Just keep my composure and just do what I gotta do.
Yeah, and just to give you a heads up, so I saw your dad at Rodney's fight in November, but it's a total different setup. I don't know if he showed you pictures. So you know how they had like the seats on like every single corner. So they actually did tables. So it's like literally set up like a dinner and a show. It's the craziest thing. Yeah, it was nuts. But I mean,
only thing I
still had fun.
Yeah, only thing I seen was like the stage they had or something like that. It was like a stage in there. Yeah, that's the only thing I really seen. And
also which was awesome, but he did a good job. So Philly boxer Nahir Albright kept singing songs in between.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
He was really impressive. I mean, like if he ever quits boxing and wants to do some singing, I'm all for it.
Yeah, he been singing since we was young though.
Oh, for real? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he always had a voice. I seen him knock somebody out and then sing the national anthem after. That's crazy.
Oh man, that's really impressive.
Yeah.
And then also I wanted to touch up on so talk about the bubble experience in Vegas, because that had to be friggin' crazy that you literally just had to stay on one floor. You weren't even allowed to really leave your room and shit. But like, what was it like the whole Vegas experience twice at Fight Week? Could you walk us through that?
I'm gonna say if that's what Joe like, I won't never want to see Joe in my life. That's crazy. Listen, look, we got there, and it's so crazy that I had to go to like Walgreens to get all the things that I had to get before I got there. So say if I would have forgot anything, there's no more getting it. And they don't even have nobody that'll run and get it for you. So like, and then me, I'm not the type of fighter that I don't just like to sit down all day and just because I gotta loosen my legs up a little. It'll have me just like thinking too much. So me having to sit in my room all day, basically, it's just like, dang, like I can't move around, I can't go look at nothing, I can't like breathe no fresh air, nothing. Like I just gotta sit in my room all day. And even when I come out, the only thing I'm coming out for is to go check the scale, and I go right back in my room. And then when it's like where the hotel's at, the rooms, and then there's where the fights and the weigh-ins and everything at, and where the food is. I swear to God, it's like across the street. They gotta drive you there. You can't even walk across the street. They drive. It's literally a 10-second drive. And the longest part about the ride is the U-turn that they got me.
That's crazy.
Yes, like you can't even walk across the street. They gotta drive you across the street, drive you back. You can't get on the main elevator. You gotta go through the back, and they gotta escort you. You can't even get on the elevator by yourself. So you could be sitting at the elevator for about 5 minutes just waiting for somebody to come get you. So that was crazy. But the second time I got there, I kind of was used to it because I already knew what it was gonna be like. So I was more prepared. You know, I had more accessories and things like that.
Yeah, because like the only one that I knew about, and you like probably heard about it too. So Josue Vargas's dad on the morning of the damn fight went down to the ground floor where the freaking casino is, and then Coach Chino had to train Josue Vargas instead of his dad. That was crazy.
Exactly. And I know that put a lot on Josue too.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't even imagine that happening to me. You know, I got my dad in my corner, and I probably would freak out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
So
one thing about me,
when I was
amateur.
Yeah.
When I was an amateur, I fought without my dad one time. I went to a tournament, and it'll never happen again.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I told him. And I was about 13, and I told him, bro, I'm never going to a tournament. So, like, if you can't go, don't send me with nobody else.
Right, exactly. Go. Yeah. What were you going to ask, Nick?
Oh, so God forbid, like, so as soon as somebody breaks, like, the rules of the bubble, they're out.
They're out.
Yep. They can't even come back in the bubble. They going to come get their stuff, and they go to a different hotel.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy, Nick? That's nuts.
And it's crazy because I almost did that one time.
Oh, my God. That would have been brutal.
Because I was going to go get my food that I had got. And I was going over to the other part, and I went to get on the elevator, but I'm looking like, why none of the security guards here? And I'm like, dang, this elevator, I'm in my head like, this elevator, I know I probably wasn't paying attention, but this elevator don't look the same. You feel me? Did they change something that fast? And I went on there, the doors open, I looked, I said, oh, no, I got out of there, and I went back to the other side. I said, no.
That's so funny. So obviously, you know, at the age of 19, you've had a hell of an amateur career. You know, there's like a lot of eyes on you because even when I was watching your fights, Christina Plotcher, who's like one of the announcers for Top Rank, she was like showing you love, and then she was even saying the Philly gyms are booming over you and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you were getting all kinds of raise, and also Michelle Rosado, shout out to Raging Babe. She also put in a good word for you with Christina Plotcher, which is what Christina said ringside and all. But, like, you know, obviously someone your age, you want to sign with a big promoting company. So what was that like to fight for Top Rank twice? You're fighting on ESPN at the age of 19. Like, that must have been exciting as hell. And, like, is that, like, something you want to do more and more and more of, you know?
Yeah, it was definitely it was crazy and exciting, and the only thing I wanted to do was just show the world who I was and what I could do. And the craziest thing is, I didn't even show them the half of me yet.
I know.
I didn't. It's like I still was fighting the amateur fight just with an extra round. I really ain't had no time because by the time 4 rounds come around, I'd just be warming up. I'd just be starting to pull the tricks out and things like that. So once my next fight will be a 6-rounder, and once my rounds keep going up, y'all just gonna see more and more of what I can do and the better things and the tricks and all the other things I got in my bag.
Yeah. And like to me, like you didn't even lose a round in Vegas. I mean, for some reason a female judge gave like a round to Jose Martinez, but I'm like, what freaking round was it? There's just no way.
I was looking. You ain't see my face when they said it. I'm like, whoa.
39-37. What the hell?
I'm like, whoa. Where'd that come from?
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I definitely want to do more of that, and hopefully we can get on the PBC card so I can show their fans and them promoters and managers and things like that tune in the PBC what I can do.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
So how much did the pandemic suck for you? Because like I'm sure you wanted like how many fights were you looking to do in 2020 before this whole pandemic happened? I mean, like luckily you were able to get 3 out of it, but like what were you? How many were you trying to do?
My dad was banking on 10, but we would have been at least 8-0 by now. So
yeah.
I mean, it really didn't do nothing bad to me, though. I don't know why other guys making it seem like it's that bad because it only gave us time to get better. So even when the gyms was closed, I still was going running and we would work out at the track and things like that. So them guys was just making excuses on why they didn't want to. They could have, they just didn't want to. And at this level that we got to do whatever we got to do if we want to be the best. And that's one thing I was doing, working out every day.
Yeah,
and that's why when I came back, it ain't look like I missed a step.
Right, of course.
And it's not like any one boxer was like super active the entire like 2020 during this whole thing. Everybody was in the same situation. So
I felt like that one dude on Top Rank I felt like he was on a damn card every friggin' month. I forget the heavyweight's name, but he had maybe you can remember the name. I'm not sure if you're on the card with him, but
Jared Anderson.
Yes, that's it.
He definitely fought a lot, though.
Every freaking month I thought he was on the card. I was like, damn, how many like is he like paying someone to get in that damn bubble? What the hell's going on over there? Like I was nuts.
He probably never left.
Facts.
Yeah, because sometimes don't do that in the UFC bubble. Like like guys that'll come across from overseas, they gotta stay there and then they'll fight and Dana White won't let them leave. So they stay in the bubble and they don't fight in 2 weeks.
A couple of them fighters definitely was staying in Vegas though.
Were they? Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense then. All right, so I got 3 more questions for you. And then I'll switch over to Nick. So obviously your next fight I'm super hyped for, bro. It's February 6th, and you finally got your opponent. James Early. He kind of has like a recognizable face, but like I was like looking at his box rec stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's just a name that looked familiar, but he's 5-6. Like, do you know anything about him, or like have you seen anything on him?
No, I don't know nothing about him really. I looked at his box rec definitely, and his last fight he beat somebody 11-0. Yeah. A couple fights before that he beat somebody 9-0. So I mean he got a good resume. He 5-6. He never been knocked out. So we definitely gonna change that come February 6th. And I mean my dad looked at him. My other coach Greg Haggett looked at him.
Yeah,
I seen a little bit, like about 20 seconds. I really don't like to watch too much on my opponents because it'll never be the same when you're in front of them. So that's why that's why in boxing you gotta be able to adjust quickly. Love it.
All right. So my top 2 my next 2 questions are fun ones. So who are your top 5 fighters out of Philly right now? And they don't have to be in order.
In order. Oh, you done put the heat on me.
I did.
You done put the heat on me.
I did.
Of course, I'm gonna go with Jerron in this.
Yep.
Definitely gonna go with. We're gonna go with Paul Crew.
Yes.
We're gonna go with Donald Smith.
Yep, Don. Yeah.
That's my boy, and we just sparred earlier too.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, he fighting on the card too, so we're gonna be helping each other get ready.
Oh, is he really on the 6th? Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. I like that.
All right, I got 3. I got 3. Anybody that watched this interview, don't take no personal. It's
Right,
just
right.
that I can't think of too many
I know one
names at
person
once.
who's gonna be watching.
So I got Paul Crow, Donald Smith, Jerron Ennis. I'm not going to include myself. We're gonna go with an amateur named Jabril Noble. That's my boy. He definitely earned my respect. A lot of fighters, I don't just respect too many fighters just because they're fighters. You in this sport, you gotta earn respect. So he definitely one of the fighters that he earned my respect. Definitely. So that's 4. And I'm gonna go with a little girl, Camille James. She #1 in the country at 110 and 112. She a monster. And I never seen her not one time lose a fight.
Camille James. All right, I'm gonna have to be on the lookout for her then. All right, cool.
Yeah, monster.
So earlier we did a little podcasting. So I named my top 5 prospects, whether you guys are fighting on the club shows or if you guys are fighting on TV. So these are my top 5 prospects that are not Boots. Who else? Jesse Hart and all. Right.
No, them guys are contenders now.
right, exactly. So I got Paul Kroll. I put you on there. I put Stevie Ortiz.
Yeah.
I put Sonny Conto. I feel like he's gonna have a really big year. And then lastly, I put Nafir Charles. I really like his power.
Yeah.
He's 5-0 with 5 knockouts. All right, so my last question also puts you on the spot too. Again, this isn't a call out. So what is your dream fight? Even though Philly fighters don't like fighting each other, so they could be in any weight class. It doesn't have to be yours, but who would be your Philly dream fight that you would love to fight a 12-rounder with?
My Philly dream fight. Let me think. My Philly dream fight. Man. My Philly dream fight. Just because I looked up to this guy at 11 years old. I watched him come up. I watched him come from the mud. I watched him come from the mud to the top. Tevin Former.
Tevin, okay.
And I hope he get back to the top. But I watched this guy grind and bust his butt every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Him and my dad used to wake me up at 5 in the morning. 11 years old, 5 in the morning to go running. He still be sending me videos of me being mad and trying to kick him and things like that, waking me up at 5 in the morning to go running with him.
That's
definitely it'll be a dream fight. And not saying I do, but that'll be a dream. That's the guy that I looked up to. You feel me?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
of course.
I watched every day.
Yeah.
He definitely showed me and whatever other young fighters what hard work could do for you.
Yeah, I'm actually pissed off at Jojo Diaz that he didn't give him the rematch. That is crazy. But oh well.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Tevin's gonna wind up getting something like later on in the year, whether it's a different belt or something. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Nick, it's up. It's on you now.
All right. What's going on, man? Do you know? You probably do because you're a Philly boxer, but you know the new Ray Robinson?
Yeah, that's my boy.
Hi, guys.
I love Ray to death.
Around the corner from each other.
Yeah, I love Ray to death, man. I actually was in his.
I can't wait for. What's that?
I actually was in his documentary that he was doing about his neck and things like that.
Yeah.
I was in it.
Oh, were you? Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to him getting back in there too, man. I was over his house for the Danny Garcia fight. And, there's nothing out there right now for him, so we'll see.
Yeah. Nobody want to fight that guy.
Hit on this every once in a while when we don't like the All right, so let me ask you this first. What are your thoughts about the YouTubers fighting and stuff like that? And the amount they're getting paid.
I don't respect it. But you can't say nothing because the greatest fighter in the world started the circus. Floyd Mayweather. So it's really nobody really going to look at it as a bad thing because Floyd started it. Everybody want to be Floyd and everybody look up to Floyd. So I don't respect it though. I respect real boxing.
Yeah, because there's so many guys like yourself that's been doing it since you've been 10 years old, and it probably even longer than that, obviously. But and these dudes don't even have any background. They train for 6 months and they're getting paid $500,000 a fight. and it's like disrespect to the real guys.
And they making their debut at 6 rounds and things like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, so that's also what I wanted to get into. So your first 3 pro fights, they're all 4-round fights, right?
Yep.
And then your next fight will be 6 rounds. So like, what's your goals for 2021 as far as like round fight, or like how many rounds do you want to be at the end of 2021? What are your goals for 2021?
2021, we just want to climb the ranks a little bit more. We definitely going to fight maybe 3 to 4 6-rounders. Then we go to 8. So depending on how many fights we get this year, hopefully I can finish the year fighting 8-rounders, maybe 10-rounders. Just depends on how many fights we get this year, because it definitely be hard for us to get fights. And I definitely want to step up in the competition, so I could definitely get on that level and start fighting these big name guys. I don't want to take too long and be fighting my whole life. So I still want to be young enough to retire and don't have to fight anymore and be able to enjoy my life as a young man. So my goal is just to get better, up the rounds, step up in the competition, and hopefully get in them top rankings and become a contender by the beginning of 2022.
That's awesome, man. So, like, the goal obviously is to stay busy as possible, and just the win's coming.
For sure.
So, are they still doing the? So, I know you're going to be fighting in Philly on the 6th. Are they still? They're still doing it in Vegas and all over that place for you guys and stuff like that. If you get on top rank.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Because I was like, wait, who was your last fight? Garza?
Garza, yep.
Yeah, so I was watching that fight before we came on here, and it looked like the style of your fighting is you're so relaxed in the ring, and it was more like a sparring session for you in that fight. I'm just being honest with you. And they were, like Joey said, they were really just like super impressed, and like being only 19 years old, like you're being noticed, and what you were doing to him was just incredible. Like your reach, they said it was, I think, like 72 inches.
Yeah.
You were fighting off that jab. Is that like your style right there? Just fighting off the jab, everything off the jab?
Definitely. Every time anybody asks me about any of these top guys, I tell these, my response is they can't get past my jab. There's nothing they can do with me. But I definitely could fight in the inside. So however we got to fight and get that win, that's how we gonna do it.
Yep, exactly. I loved your answer when you just said to Joe about you don't watch too much film. You just go in there and you do your thing, and then if you have to switch styles up a little bit, that's what you'll do. You'll switch on the fly. I love that answer. Sure. Because at the end of the day, you know what you got to do, no matter what somebody's doing to you inside the ring. So that was awesome. Favorite cheesesteak spot in Philly?
It's between Max's and D'Alessandro's. I really can't choose. I like both of them.
Nice.
Bro, it was so hard for me when I was working at my office is like literally down the street from D'Alessandro. So like literally every other day I'm like, all right, who's all ready to get some cheesesteaks? And everybody's all eating their veggies and shit. I'm like, you better put that shit in the fridge. You got D'Alessandro's down there.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, so at 126, who's your I know he said who's your dream fight in Philly. This is my dog, man. He's who's your dream fight right now at 126? Maybe by the end of 2021 or beginning of 2022?
Any of the world champions. Josh Warrington, Emmanuel Navarrete. And I truly, honestly feel like them guys are not on my level. I feel like them guys are just throw punches, and you're gonna have to take more than that to beat me. And definitely for 12 rounds, you're not gonna be able to walk to me for 12 rounds because I'm not gonna allow it. So I feel like them guys not on my level. Hats off to them. They're doing their thing, doing what they got to do to their opponents. But it's guys like me and all the other young guys at 126 definitely on to come up, and different breeds and different styles and different animals.
That's awesome, man. Well, yeah, my plan is to be there on the 6th, so we're going to make that happen.
We also got to hook him up with some swag, bro. We got to hook him up.
For real. I'm over here rocking this old-ass boxers.
Yeah, you don't want to wear that there.
I should be getting new shirts. I'm gonna talk to my dad once we figure out the colors and the sponsors and things like that. So I definitely will be getting new shirts and hoodies because it's wintertime.
Yeah,
for sure. And we're getting gear made too, so we'll hook you up with like a hoodie or whatever you want.
For sure. Appreciate you.
All right. What was I gonna say? You a fan of the UFC or anything like that? MMA, cage fighting?
No, you know the guy Anderson Silva.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever since he kicked the dude and broke his leg and all, I never watched it again.
Yo, I did that same thing to my leg.
I can't watch that, man.
Joe will tell you. I didn't do it in a fight.
Huh?
I said I didn't do it in a fight. I did it in a soccer game.
Nick was a soccer goalie at Ryan High School, and his leg snapped.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Anybody that knew me, they'll tell you I cannot look at things like that. A broken bone. I can't. I even hate when people blood get on me, boogies and snot. I hate that stuff. I hate it.
Wow.
Well, Gargaza, he was all bloodied up on his eye.
Oh, that was nasty. Yeah, disgusting.
And if you talk to Greg or my dad, they'll tell you I was going crazy. Like they kept trying to take pictures. I'm like, bro, we gotta get back to the room. I gotta take a shower, and I was in there for like an hour and a half in the shower. I said, bro, forget the pictures right now. I gotta get to that shower right now, bro. I hated it. It was all in my hair and everything.
Oh.
Dude, that's disgusting.
Yeah.
What's gonna be your walkout song? What's your go-to walkout song?
He likes classic stuff now.
Yeah. Me and Greg always come up with that stuff, so we definitely gonna figure that out. I don't know yet.
All right, nice.
I feel like with you being here, maybe a Meek song.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
I came out to Meek my first fight.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the one that he just came out with a couple weeks ago. One sec. Let me pull it up. Damn, I can't think of it right now.
And I definitely, maybe just because we're in Philly, I might come out to one of the young Philly artists on to come up. So you never know. I just like supporting everybody, and I want to see everybody win.
I got it. It's Meek Mill, and the song is the middle of it with Vori on there.
Oh yeah, I like that song.
That was tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
but
awesome.
Yeah. One thing about me, huh?
You gonna be watching the Sixers tonight?
For sure. I don't really got nothing else to do. I'm in training camp, so I'm definitely coming into all the games and stuff.
Truth. But man, we appreciate you coming on. We'll see you on the 6th, and we'll get a couple pictures and things like that.
Yeah,
for sure. I appreciate you guys for bringing me on.
Yeah, for sure.
Best of luck in 2021, man. We can't wait to see you back in there.
My God, thank you.
All right, I'll see you, Sheem. Thank you.
All right, thank you.